Alright, you guys should be able to hear me now, so I'm pretty sure that I just fixed it. Give me 1 second, but you should be able to hear me now. There's going to be a little bit of a delay, but you should be able to hear me no problem now. Should be fixed. So give it a couple seconds here and we'll see if it's fixed, but it should not have any issues now that I am hooked up. Let's see here. Alright, so yeah, you can hear me. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. So let's take a look at some charts here, guys. We do have 25 minutes until we're going to get our first news. And the news is big news. We have core retail news, so this is going to be, and manufacturing index news. All this is going to be very important. This news is going to have a large effect on the USD. So what we're looking at here is actual greater than forecast for currency. So we're going to want to see this over 0.9. If it's not over 0.9, the US dollar pairs are going to drop. If it is over 0.9, the US dollar pairs are going to drive. And I believe it's the same for all three of these. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Same with the retail sales. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So we have a lot of news coming out at 8:30. So what we're going to do is look at setting up our charts for that and trade some news this morning. Hopefully, if you're in the VIP group, you caught this trade last night. We smashed through TP3. Our TP3 was down here at 1.21127. And we smashed right through that for a total profit of 43 and 44 pips last night. So hopefully you guys were in that trade. If you're in the VIP group, we definitely hit that trade last night. That was really nice. Some good analysis there. So that one's important. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't liked the stream already, go ahead and give the stream a like there. I would appreciate that. Go ahead and like the stream right under us, and then we're gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna unclick all of these. I'm gonna unflag these, and we're gonna reanalyze them. Definitely gonna get a new analyzing eyes in here from yesterday. Kind of reset. We did have a good day yesterday. 2 wins, 1 loss. But we are good in that respect. So let's look at a USD pair because those are going to be the pairs that are going to be most largely affected. We can go USD JPY. You can really do any USD. Yeah, like myself. So let's take a look at this USD pair. So here's what we're looking at. News in 22 minutes. Now, the important thing to understand about news is we don't know which way the news is going yet. Now, because we don't know which way the news is going yet, we can't determine how we're going to trade the news. But what we can determine is that what kind of plan we're going to have in place to trade the news. So we're going to look at what the projections are. So the forecast is that it's going to be better. The forecast is that it's going to be higher, which means it's going to be better for the dollar. Last month was minus 1.1%. This is saying 0.9. The forecast is 0.9. 0.9 is higher than 1.1. That means they're assuming that the actual is going to be greater than the forecast, meaning that the previous is lower than what the forecast is. That's the same concept for all of these, actually. So the idea is that the US dollar is going to drive. So in this case, since they are assuming the US dollar is going to drive, what we're going to do is 10 to 15 pips above where the price is about 10 minutes before news drops, we're going to put a buy stop. So everyone understands what a buy stop is, I hope. We're going to put a buy stop somewhere around, let's see here. If we're at 67, we're going to put a buy stop somewhere right here. So let me zoom in a little bit so everyone can see. But so we are currently in a buy stop that is 16 pips above where it is. Now, you could move it up a little bit more, you could move it down a little bit more, but for now, I'm going to keep it about 16 to 20 pips. And guys, I'm not going to be sending this in the trade, or in the group. We're just going to be doing this live because it's a little too quick to get in and out. But what we're going to do is put a buy stop here, and then another 20 pips up from that. 20 to 30 pips. We'll go 25. Another 25 pips up from that. We're going to put a take profit line. So we're going to have our take profit right there. Our TP is already outlined for us. So when you put in your buy stop, and we're also going to have a buy stop right here. I'm going to make it blue just to match the... So you got your buy stop and your take profit in place. You're also going to have a stop loss in place for safety reasons. Stop loss can be at the bottom of this FVG zone. Again, none of the stop loss and the buy stop might not even be valid until they get activated. So they will have to get activated, but we are going to put a stop loss here just to make sure that if it does bounce back the other way, we don't lose too much money, because that can happen where it activates and it doesn't. That's the risk you run when you are trading news. So keep in mind there is a risk when you trade news. Alright, so I'm in over here on mine. I'm going to put mine in. Again, this is on USDJPY. So give me 1 second while I put these in on my own, guys. Pending order, buy stop. $133,854 is our number there, guys. 133,854. And make sure you're not over leveraging your account, guys. Small lots here, very small lots. You don't want to go crazy. There's no reason to go crazy on this. If we get the movement that we think we're going to do, small lots. This is risky trading. I'm just showing you guys how I trade news. This is exactly what I do when I trade news. So just very small lots, guys. There's no need to go crazy over here. And typically we'd put sell stops in too. Yeah, Tennessee. I'm using MT4. I'm using MT4 just because my broker doesn't work with MT5. All right, so we have a little over 15 minutes until this news drops, and it's going to be hopefully we'll get a mover in terms of news. We'll see what happens here. I'm actually going to log in on my other account over here too, so give me 1 second. All right, so I think we're pretty good on the setup right now. Nothing too crazy here, just a couple buy stops in going into news. Oh, that one was loud. Okay, so let's see. And we're not getting too much movement right now, but we got our buy stop in. And we got our sell stops in, and we got our take profits and our stop losses in. One, three, three, 1, 2, 8. Or 1, 3, 3, 8, 5, 4. 1, 3, 3, 8, 5, 4. That is loud. Morning, Adiel. I didn't know if you were gonna make it. You said you were up late last night. You trading GBP news? What news were you trading? All right, so we got, just to clarify, if anyone just came in, we got buy stops in at 133854. We have sell stops, or we have take profits in at 134128, about 20 pips. GBP will not be affecting the news this morning. GBP came out way earlier this morning. But I will say I'm not touching GBP pairs while we're trading U.S. news. So we're trading USD JPY because there's no JPY news prior to this 8:30. JPY news way later tonight, but it's not even really important news. There's no importance of this news at all. You can put sell stops if you want. JP, you can put sell stops if you want. I'm not going to put sell stops in on this one. I'm just putting buy stops in. If my buy stops don't get activated, they don't get activated. Not worried about it. And if you watched CPI news yesterday, that's why. CPI news yesterday shot up all the way up here. CPI news went like this yesterday, guys. It shot up, it came all the way back down, and then it shot all the way back up. So that's why we're putting take profits, stop losses in. So I've had it where it's activated my sell stop and my buy stop, and then you're just running inverse trades, and that doesn't help you. Years ago when I first started trading, so we're not going to do that just to avoid possible conflict. I'm not putting a sell stop in, guys. I'm not going sell stop on this one. I'm just putting buy stop in. If the buy stop doesn't get activated, it doesn't get activated. Not putting a sell stop in. If you wanted to put a sell stop in, though, if you guys really wanted to, I'd put it in somewhere around here. 133314. If you wanted to put a sell stop in. So if you wanted to put a sell stop in, you could put it right there. I'm not putting a sell stop in, though. I just want to make that clear to everyone. I'm not putting a sell stop in. I just have a buy stop in right here. And this is on USDJPY. Alright, so now we wait. We got 10 minutes until news. We could certainly look at some other pairs that are not related to USD in the meantime. So let me mark this green because we've got that up. GBP pairs have the most volume right now. Let's see, GBP AUD, we got some volume there. Looking like we got a little bit of a double top. Seeing some sort of effort to retrace here. But if we see this come down here, bounce off this FEG. So we got an FEG, we got a fair value gap right there. Euro AUD. Very clear bounce off of the FEG there, which is also our support zone that we drew. Well, old resistance zone. Now new support zone. FEG is going to be right here. Top of the FEG is right there. So you could look for buys here, but we're going to want to see a retest. So before we'd enter here, we're going to want to see a retest back to make sure it's respecting that FEG. But yeah, that's certainly a possibility there. We got a zone kind of loading up here at FEG, also on AUD NZD, and this one isn't really giving us any indication of which way it's going. But typically when you get a load up at a zone like this that's above the previous low, it looks like this might drop off, to be honest with you. Excuse me. But yeah, you got a double top here, so this could be one of those scenarios where we it's been accumulating right here, almost have an ascending wedge, which would actually indicate the opposite, because if you had an ascending wedge on this one, you expect it to go this way. So we'll see what happens on this pair. We'll wait for confirmation with closure above or closure below. So we're going to put that as yellow, because we're going to wait for some sort of confirmation to figure out which one this is going to do. There's no FEG other than over here, which it did bounce off of, which is fair and valid. But we're going to wait to see what happens here on this one. We're gonna look for buys with closure above, sells with closure below, and that range that we're gonna be looking at is gonna be right here. So I'm gonna just draw the box out just so everybody can visually see what we're looking at. But yeah, we'll go buys with closure above, sells with closure below. Alright, sells with closure below, buys with closure above. Let's clone it. And we got 5 minutes until news, guys. 5 minutes until news. So obviously we're not going to enter anything until we see what this news does. And let me see here. Okay. Yeah, so we're just waiting right now. We got a couple more minutes. Couple more minutes here until we get some news. We got about 4 minutes until we see some movement, and I don't know how much movement we're going to see on this one. I'm hoping we get a lot of movement upwards. Yesterday, if you traded CPI, so let's just talk about that real quick. If you traded CPI yesterday, you would have noticed that there was a large upswing and a large downswing. So let's just go to the USD pairs. This was the CPI candle yesterday right here. This is why having buy stops and sell stops is so scary. Because within, here, let's even go to like a 15-minute candle. I have to actually zoom back a lot more. No, we're going to have to go back to the hour. This candle is actually in length, which is kind of scary to think about, 138 pips. So we had 140 pips worth of volatility, which is why we're only going to put one buy stop or one sell stop, because it could trigger both, and that's the scary part. So we're just going to go based off what the numbers are saying, is that we think this is going to be positive for the US dollar. It's going to continue to grow. And the fact that we think it's going to continue to grow means that this is what we're going to trade it as, which is why I'm only putting a buy stop. So again, I'm only putting a buy stop. Yes, you put a stop loss right at the bottom of this FVG, so our stop loss is at 133.476. Some brokers may not let you put a stop loss in until it's activated. If you're not directly in front of your computer, I would not recommend trading news. Make sure you're directly in front of your computer. There's going to be very quick movement, but also the hours after news are very important. Yesterday, we caught that USD JPY trade after the news, and a couple hours after the news. So off the screen there, just because I don't have a sell stop in. So I don't want you guys to think that I do have a sell stop in, because I do not. And we are nearing our buy stops here. We are close to them. We're about 13 pips away with 1 minute left of news, guys. 1 minute left till news. Alright, let's see here. So we got, what do we got? 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds until news. All right, let's see what happens here. 3, 2, 1. There we go. We're activated. You should be activated right now. If you're not activated, let me know, but you should be activated, and we should see this push up. There we go. We're in. And we're almost at take profit, guys. Alright, let's see here. So she's just kind of dancing. If we take a look here. The USD news came out. All good. All good for USD. Everything that came out for USD was good. Actual was greater than forecast for all of these. So we're going to sit for a little bit, and we're going to sit in this for a little bit. And I'm actually going to send this out to the group because we are going to be in this. We're going to adjust the stop loss. Alright, let me send this out to everybody, guys. Can you guys hear me okay? So we're just waiting to see what happens here. I'm going to send this out to everybody. With a stop loss at 133,332, 133,332. Take profit at 134,200. 134,600 or 400. And our next take profit at 134, we'll go 750. See if it'll make it up that high. Wherever you can get in at if you're not in on this already. Alright, we're in, and we're in good profits, guys. Sorry, my YouTube screen is showing that it's still like buffering, so I didn't know if you guys were able to see me or hear me. It's my normal screen's not up like it normally is. That's the only reason I was asking. So it looks like we are in on this trade. And we are in profit. Alright, who's in profit here? Who's in profit right now? Someone's got to be in profit right now. If I'm in profit, you guys got to be in profit. We put our our buy stops all at the same spot, so everyone should be in profit right now. It may not be a lot, but you should be in profit right now. TP hit, good. So TP1 was hit on this one. Good. Hopefully you made some money. No, I did just send an actual trade out, so it wasn't a buy stop trade, but it was a actual trade. Good. Covered your mistakes already. Fantastic. I'm holding this, by the way, guys. After news, I think this is going to climb still. Obviously, we had our news, and our news was good for us. But I am going to continue to hold this. Yeah, I'm going to continue to hold this. I think there's still an upside to this. So I am going to continue to hold. If you want to re-enter, you could re-enter. This is still a very valid trade. There's nothing showing that it's going to stop from going to there. Yes, you can enter the trade if you'd like. Yes, you can enter the trade if you'd like. This is, we did have 3 positive news catalysts. So if we didn't have any catalysts, I'd say this probably won't drive more, but we do. We had 3 positive news catalysts. 2.3 is much higher than 0.9. Negative 5.8 is much better than negative 18. And 3% is much better than 1.9%. So all of these came out with positive correlation for the US dollar. So because of that, we're in a buy. Also, our next resistance area. There we go. She's pushing up. So if we hop to the 4-hour time frame, guys, our next area of resistance is going to be somewhere near this whole resistance zone. So here, I'm actually going to move this up here and move this over. But yeah, that's our resistance zone. So we've got some room to go. You know, we may see a little bit of retracement, but we've got some room to go. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Everyone understands that. We're watching this. And I'm going to take 50% profit on the... Yeah, because TP just hit on the buy stops ones. I'm still going to stay in the USD JPY buys. She's moving, so that's really good news. Congrats to all who took profit. Hopefully you guys got back in this trade when she was back down lower. Because yeah, she's back in profit again. I'd like to see us break this TP spot right here and drive up to finish the range. Excuse me. So we're in this trade. All right. So now we're sitting on our hands, guys. If you want to look at some of the other USD pairs to see what happened, they all did the same thing. All the USD pairs are going to have the same effect. Vice versa, the opposite. The pairs with the USD are going to go down. Gold bounced off this FVG. So everything correlates, guys. There's no things don't just randomly move. There's correlation across the entire market right now. All the USD pairs flew. You had an FVG there where the USD bounced off of and went. EuroCAD, let's see, did have a little bit of an effect. Let's see, GBP USD should have dropped, as it did, yes. GBP USD continued to drop. Man, from that entrance yesterday, last night, that entrance that we called, that is 151 pips right now from our sell last night, guys. 151 pips. Obviously, we took profit already, but my goodness, we're over 100 and... Sorry. My bad. 142 pips. My bad. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I was right. There was the line down there, yeah. 151 pips. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. So if you would have stayed in that one holding, obviously we hit our TPs. We hit all our TPs on this one. Not as much movement on this news as previous news like CPI. Definitely not as much movement, but there's still movement, and there was enough movement for us to catch some pips, which is a good thing. And it just tapped that take profit, which was nice. So everyone who had their take profit set, congratulations, because you did just pop up and make some money, which is solid. We're going to see in the next 15-minute candle here what the deal is, if this is going to keep moving or not. Like I said, it should. There's no reason that it doesn't keep moving and finish up here somewhere. But we'll see what happens. We've already made our decision of what we're in right now, and we're not going to touch it, guys. Like I said, we don't over leverage ourselves. We don't go back on our trading plan. And if you noticed yesterday when this happened, it did the same exact thing on news, which is why we put our take profit here. So I want to get this straight first. We put our take profit here for a reason. We put our take profit there because of this rejection. We knew that you're going to have this rejection. We knew there's going to see some sort of downward movement after the buy for the market to correct itself. But yesterday we had the same thing. So we had huge wicks. Market tries to correct itself. You're probably sitting in this negative if you hit a buy stop right here going, oh shit, 44 pips negative. No. And then you had the swing back up 78 pips negative. 2, if you would have held to where we are today from last night's news, or from yesterday's CPI news, if you would have held, you're up 180 pips. So with this positive news comes an uptrend. Doesn't guarantee that it's going to go up right away, but it comes an uptrend, and that's what we're looking for here, is the buy on this uptrend. Looking to see it fill this. Again, our news gave us 3 solid indications: core retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing, and retail sales month over month. So big wick. on that 15-minute candle. Really big wick here. We'll see if it bounces off this FVG or not. We're going to see if it bounces. Ideally, it'll bounce and this will keep driving. With the good news, I don't see too much selling on the USD right now with all this good news that just came out. So we should not see too much selling. And we should fill this wick just like previous times. There it goes. And there's a shaven bottom at the end of this too, guys. The previous candle has a shaven bottom right here. So if we look down here, this was 0. It opened with no selling pressure whatsoever on this candle right here. Zero selling pressure on this candle right here. And our selling pressure before that, FVG line right here. Bounced right off of it. So we're in good shape right now in terms of looking at this chart. And she's moving right back up the line. Yeah, right back up the line. You should be in profit now. Yeah, so we're watching her climb. And if it's anything like yesterday, what happened yesterday with CPI news is it actually just flew for like 3 straight hours. 3 straight hours of just positive movement. And that's what we're looking to see, is to try and hit this TP up here around this 134,500 area. That 134,500 area is going to be our target. It'd be nice to hit that. But now we now we just sit on our hands, and I believe 9 o'clock we're gonna get a new 4-hour candle, so we can look at the 4-hour chart. It's also good news on our 4-hour chart that we do have a wick, which means we have range. So our 4-hour chart, we're hoping this next 4-hour candle is going to be a real long bullish candle here, and that we'd fill this range. Anyone have any questions on why we're in this trade? Does everybody understand the reasoning behind being in this trade? Hopefully everybody understands it. If not, let me know. We can go over it. Getting a little bit of pullback here on the 15-minute. Still respecting FVG line. Yep, respected it the whole way. This is where you get all your volatility right here. So how many people traded news with me this morning, with us this morning, and hit take profit? And if so, did you hit full Did you hit your full 26 pips? Let me know, guys. I'd like to know. From our buy stop to our take profit was 26 pips, about. All right, we got one. David hit full TP, nice. Hit it twice now, entered again, good. Yeah, I entered again as well. And we got 9 minutes till that new hour candle, which is also a new 4-hour candle, I believe. So this will give us some indication of where we're going from here. Again, the 1-hour candle, still bullish. The 4-hour candle, also still bullish, with a nice wick for us to hopefully fill. Now we wait. See if I can do music here without it messing us up. No, it doesn't look like I can. Oh, I think I paused it. That's why. No, because it's coming out of my speakers. MSH also took TP twice. There you go. There you go. Good stuff. Glad to hear that. That's good to hear. There you go. Good stuff. Glad to hear that. Alright, so it looks like we actually got the music working with no echo for once. That's good to hear. Let me know if there's an echo, guys, but I don't think there should be. Shouldn't be an echo. Alright, so we got a couple more minutes here. FVG still being respected. Okay. Alright, we got 6 minutes, guys. Six minutes until the new candle comes out. She still has respected this FVG the whole way since the break in the news, so that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. I should probably like my own stream. If you haven't liked the stream already, guys, please make sure you go like the stream, subscribe to the channel. You know the deal. You know the deal. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright. Hit TP. Mark, what's up, man? What's going on, guys? So we got 4 minutes, a little more than 4 minutes and 20 seconds until the new candle. We're going to see what happens here. Now it's just a waiting game. It's just a waiting game at this point. We're sitting on our hands. Hardest part of trading is sitting and waiting. And if you're just joining us, our goal here is we bought after the news. We're looking to fill this range similar to previous news yesterday with CPI. And we're going to hopefully make it up to this new resistance zone right around here. 134,500 area is our new profit. We hit this take profit right here once already this morning on our buy stops. Our buy stops easily hit that, tapped us out, and then we re-entered back somewhere around right here. So we're either at break even or a little bit in profit right now. No, GBP CPI news. No, I was not nervous about that. I did my research on that one. Audio. I had a pretty good idea which way it was going, and it actually helped us tremendously last night. So again, if you were in the VIP group with that trade last night, congrats. We absolutely crushed it. Hit all 3 TPs. Took 3 TPs worth of profit last night. And we're driving going into 2 minutes left on this, which is a really good sign, guys. I closed 3 positions on that original buyback when we rebought again when it was down here. Just closed 3 positions. Because why not? We're in profit. Might as well secure the profit. You know what I mean? No sense of waiting for a home run every time. I know a lot of traders have that feeling where they want to hit a home run every single time. It's not going to happen. Just take your profits. There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason to not do that. So it's always a good idea to take profits. You rather have some profits than no profits and then be mad at yourself for not taking them. So that's just how I look at it. I took 80% profits. Actually, it's 75% profits. Took 70% profits. All right. We got our new hour candle, guys. Let's take a look what's going to happen here. So we got our new hour candle. We do have a fair value gap right here. Oops, sorry. We have a fair value gap right here. We're going to see what happens with this fair value gap. This is going to be super important. If we can get two shaven heads with no selling pressure, that would be awesome. That would be ideal. Probably going to create a wick at some point right here, but if we can get this to push up and fill the range, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. We'll go to a smaller time frame. Makes it more fun. More excitement. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm in a trade, I always hop down to the smaller time frames. It's not good for your nerves or anything, but I always hop down to the smaller time frames just to see like what's going on, what kind of movement it's getting. Get some excitement in this trading, you know what I mean? FVG on the 15 minute at 133750. I'll mark it for you guys. FVG's right there. Put a green line for FVG. She's holding, so the sellers can't be winning this one. I mean, she's holding above. And still above our buy stop, by the way, guys. Still above. So if you never took profit before, when we did activate our buy stops, you are technically still in profit. But now we're just waiting. Alright, we're getting some movement again. All positive movement. Ideally, she's going to tap that TP and fly again. Is the music too loud, guys, or is it at a good is the music at a good volume? Let me know. Candles. Large FVG right there on the 5 minute. So we should break that and create a new Fair value gap's pretty big on this 5-minute. And it's having trouble breaking it on the 5. We should push through that though. There we go. Just watching her now. Well, we'll see what happens here, guys. We are still in the trade. We'll give this probably another 15-20 minutes to see what she does. Again, I presume that she is going to move past this previous high and create new highs here in the future. And there's our break there. Break of FVG. Perfect. That's a good move. Yeah, my prediction, we're going to end up somewhere up here today at some point. If we were to be up there on that buy, 60-something pips. Once it breaks this, we'll be in really good shape. We need to see it break this area right here to see it really kind of finish that. That's what we're looking for right now. Small wins here, but we want to see it break this area. Because it retraced and hit our FVG perfectly. I mean, absolutely perfectly right there. And then shot up this way. So we might see it bounce, hit FVG, hopefully break through. Something like that. Just because, as we know, it does not move in a linear pattern. Doesn't just go straight up and down. But the fact that we respected this FEG is really good here. And this next 15-minute candle is definitely going to tell us a lot about what's going on here. Excuse me, guys. A little tired this morning. Stayed up too late last night. Valentine's Day with the wife, you know. She wanted to hang out. Alright, coming into a new fiver here. A new 5-minute candle coming up right now in 1 minute. Let's see here. Alright, we got FVG broken there on the 5. some sort of retest before she goes up. No buying pressure at all on the new 5-minute candle because there's no wick. Now we sit and watch. Anyone have any questions so far? If you look at the side of trading view too, it tells you 33 minutes ago, dollar gains broadly after strong U.S. retail sales. And if we look at these technicals, let's take a look. The day, the 4 hours a strong buy on almost all moving averages. And 2 hours is a strong buy. The 1 hour is a strong buy. The 30 minutes is a strong buy. 15 minutes is a buy. 5 minutes is a buy. Every time frame is a buy. Even the month, the week, the day, the 4 hours. 4 hours is a good sign. A strong buy on the 4 hours. That's a really good sign for us. So these little 5-minute movements of a couple pips is not that really big of a deal when our overall trend that we're looking at is still a bullish trend, especially with this previous candle full body open above the previous body, and hopefully we'll see the same too with a bit of a reversal here. Let's see here.
Welcome to Surge Trader, where profitable traders can capitalize on their skill.
All right. Sorry guys, I muted myself for a sec just to make sure that I could hear my stream, make sure it was coming through there. But and we flipped bullish there from looking like it was going to be a bearish candle again, signaling that we are in good shape for a buy still here. You should be in profit off the buy I sent out in the well, maybe not with that movement, but probably at about break even if you didn't take profit up top. We're still sitting in this trade, guys. I'm not touching this trade. I'm sitting in this one for the long haul. Yeah, FVG, we can talk about that. So, I posted a video about this actually, I think yesterday. So, FVG is fair value gap. What fair value gap is the gap between a prolonged uptrend or a downtrend. So, if we're on the 15-minute here. Oops, sorry. We're on the 15-minute here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here you had a prolonged uptrend, right? Make sure you guys are paying attention to this. The next candle after the prolonged uptrend, the wick is right here, and the wick for the previous candle is right here. The fair value gap is everything in between. So this is considered our fair value gap right here. Now, the fair value gap can act as a support or a resistance zone. In this case, it's a support here. This fair value gap right here is acting as a support here. And then if we wanted to move further up, we had another small fair value gap right here, as you can see. And this fair value gap is now also being used as a support for this candle. Fair value gap was very small because the previous candle's high and the previous candle's low was pretty darn close to each other. So you can see it's a very thin line. But the fair value gap is also used as support and resistance. In this case, we're using it as support, being that they're green fair value gaps. If they were red, we could look at using them as red fair value gaps. I don't have them on the chart right now just because we're in all bullish scenarios, but you can use them in both ways. So hopefully that helps you understand how we use fair value gaps. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, she's moving back up. She's now tried to break that buy stop line that we had twice, past 30 minutes. It's hard to fathom that there'd be a lot of selling pressure with this news too, so that's given us a little bit more of a catalyst to propel this pair forward. But there's obviously going to be some sideways movement, but at the end of the day, I think at the end of this 4-hour candle, at the end of this 2-hour candle, at the end of this 1-hour candle, we're still going to see positive movement in correlation with the news. And the 1-hour's got range too. You can see the 1-hour's just there's a lot of movement, and this is you know what happens when you trade news is there's just a lot of movement. I mean, we've been moving up and down between 390, I mean 13 pips up and down. Yeah, we've been moving like 13ish pips since the beginning of this trade. So it's a lot of volatility, which is why you need to make sure you're in front of your computer for these, or at least have tight stop loss and take profits in place to make sure you don't get ran off the tracks here, being with how volatile it is. But we're still holding this line right here. Excuse me. No, we are still holding this line, so that's what's important. Just a lot of volatility. So Fayez, hopefully I answered your question there. If I didn't, let me know and I can try and explain it another way, but hopefully I was able to answer your question there. And we got 10 minutes until another candle here. 10 minutes on the dot, or sorry, 9 minutes on the dot until we get another 30-minute candle and another 15-minute candle. Again, going to tell us a lot. This candle right now is telling us that there's buying pressure with how long that wick is, and that wick respected the previous low of the previous bearish green candle or bullish green candle. So we still are on a continued uptrend with all the buying pressure coming in this candle right here. We got some good movement right there too. We're showing all the positive signs here, guys. All the positive signs. And I read something the other day that, even when you think something can't keep climbing, it does. And even when you think something should finally reverse, it doesn't. So, moral of the story is, price action can be telling you one thing, but news will kind of take price action out of the equation. In this situation, we're using news as the catalyst, but we're using FVG, which is a price action strategy, fair value gap, as some sort of new support here. So we're combining the two ideas and the two strategies to give us more confirmation on our trade that we're in right now, which is really important, having multiple confirmations. You should be in profit right now on all positions. I'm a little over 2,500 on which I haven't exited at, and in the small account, almost over another $30 on top of what we made this morning. So we're doing pretty well on both accounts right now, and she's still driving. Be great for her to break that next candle. There we go. That's a nice movement. And we're seeing this buying pressure coming in now, guys. If you got in when we sent that out, you are now 13 pips in profit, guys. We are 13 pips in profit. Maybe a little bit more depending on where you got in, or a little less depending on where you got in. But if you rebought back down here, you got maybe 15 pips. So we're moving in the right direction. If you wanted to secure profit, you could. I might secure, well, we're going to see. I'm going to wait, to be honest. But if you wanted to secure profit, wait for a drawdown and rebuy in, you could. But I don't think there's going to be much of a drawdown lower than where our buy stop was originally set. And there's our buying movement. I'm up $6,000 now on this one. There's our movement we were waiting for, guys. So, patience is key. Patience pays. Who's in on this trade still? Let me know. Who's in on this trade right now, guys? It's got to be close to 20 pips, right? $18.5 pips. 18.5 pips in profit from the buy stop, guys. So if you rebought back in at the bottom there, 18.5 pips in profit. A little over $8,000, and there she goes. Back up to TP1, 20 pips in profit. Live on camera. Can't fake this, guys. Can't fake it. This is what live trading's all about. You have wins and you have losses. I just closed 2 positions on my small account. Damn, my camera died. And that's why we got 2 of them. Trying to adjust this thing. Sorry, guys. I had to hook my other camera up. There we go. And really good profits here, guys, going into the 30-minute candle. If we want to hop down to the 30 minutes here. 30-minute candle filled that wick just like we talked about. So hopefully this was able to give you guys some sort of insight of what happens when you do trade news and how I closed 50% on small account. Audio 50%. Yeah, 50% on the small account. After we re-entered after the buy stop with the trade that I sent out. And this one is, let's see. Yeah. So about 15. Alright, let's see here. We got 1 minute left, guys. 1 minute exactly until we get a new candle. The other good news about this is we do have another wick on this 30-minute. Obviously, wick means range. If this previous candle is any indication, we should fill this wick again, which would be good news for us in terms of our buy. Got my AUD NZD alert, which means we may get closure below on this, on the AUD NZD trade that we're not going to touch until we're out of this USD JPY trade. Alright, here's our new 30-minute candle. New 30-minute candle opens bullish. All right, and now we're gonna wait to see if we get any lower wick here. There should be a new FVG on probably the 15. No, they open too close together. So in between this body, so before this body and after this body, they opened it almost the exact same. So no fair value gap was created. So it's still fair game for it to drive back down and retest this old fair value gap. That's still fair game. So keep that in mind. So if you were like scalping this, there's a target to rebuy again if it does in fact come down and test this. Because there is a chance. Keep that in mind. This is an uptrend still, but there's a chance on the smaller time frames that we come down and retest one of these areas. Could retest any of these areas. And if it does retest, that's an opportunity for you to get in again. So what ideally what I'd like for a lot of you guys to understand and learn is that when you can reload up on a position and take profit systematically going up. I used to trade gold, Fayez. I used to trade gold a lot. I find it very hard to trade gold when you're trying to relate to other people with smaller accounts. So that's why I don't trade gold. Gold uses a large amount of your margin. When you trade gold, you have to have a lot more capital than you would if you trade other things because it uses so much margin. So long story short, yes, I trade gold, but I don't advertise that I trade gold. Gold is good for price action because it really respects it. I mean, if you look at gold right now, gold really respects, price action here. It's got a lot of really good movements. It stays between the lines, but at the same time, it uses so much margin that I don't really like to touch it. So hopefully that makes some more sense. But I don't really like to touch gold. Not when I'm trading with other people and giving out information and opinions on trades. I don't really like to touch gold like that. Uses too much margin. You can't use a similar lot. You can't use the same size lot you'd use for any other pair. I mean, you could, but it's going to use so much more of your account. A lot more of your account. Hopefully that makes sense. We could trade gold. I'm just not the biggest fan of it, to be honest with you guys. Not a big gold guy. If it's on a watch, that's a different story. Yeah, if it's on a watch, that's a totally different story, but not so much to trade. And unless we go to war, like if United States goes to war, or if there's a World War III, any kind of major economic downturn or major economical impact, that's the only time I'd touch gold is just buy it and hold it. Anytime there's times of uncertainty, a lot of people turn to precious metals, gold and silver, copper. Those are the kind of things. Yeah, those are the kind of things that we look for to buy in. If you wanted to re-enter this trade, you could when it bounces off FVG, or you could re-enter now. I'm re-entering on my small account, being that I did take 50% profits. So I'm now in for 3.10 lots. 3.10 lots on USD JPY in the small account. I'm probably gonna buy a couple more in the big account too. Yeah. And we're creating a little bit of noise right here. On the 5 minute, you do have a new FVG. So here's your red FVG, right? So we were talking about the green ones here. Here's your red one. So the candle before the closure's right here, the candle after the closure's right here. You have your FVG in between. It rejected it. However, because we're on an uptrend, if it breaks this, that's another sign for us that we're still on our uptrend. And it looks like it's about to drive right through it. So, yeah. It's getting close. But yeah, and you can notice the FVG gets smaller as this moves up. And soon it could completely diminish it. So again, not too worried. This long wick in this case is indicating a lot of buying pressure. It tried to break again down here, but we're still getting buying pressure over here. So yes, 3 of the 0.10 lots on the $1,000 account. And just to give you guys an update, sorry, I know I'm moving around a lot today. Just to give you guys an update on the $1,000 account. Obviously, a couple weeks ago we didn't have a good week, but however, the $1,000 account right now is currently at 1,700. So in a short amount of time, we're up $700 in that account, which is a good thing. Which is a really good thing. Our next candle we'll be looking at, other than 5-minute candles, is going to be the 15-minute candle coming up on, let's see, we just got a new minute, so we got 5, 6, 7 minutes until that candle. If we look at the 5-minute here, good news on the 5, no selling pressure on this new candle, only buying pressure. There's no bottom wick. You got a shaven head down here. This shaven head is indicating no downward movement. The FVG right here on the 5 is what we need to break. The past opening was up here. The past opening was here. You've created your very small FVG line. And so we're going to wait to see what happens. Sorry about that noise, guys. Analysis on S&P 500. Can you explain the FVG that you just explained 1 minute ago? Yes. All right, so FVG. Oops, here we go. FVG, fair value gap, guys. Fair value gap. The FVG is the space between, the gap between. So if we're looking at this candle right here, well, let me find a better one. Hold on. Let me go 15 minutes. There's not many good ones. Here we go. Okay. So fair value gap. So I want everyone to pay attention to this. So the fair value gap. You've got the middle candle right here is the candle that we'll be looking at. The previous close on the last candle was right here. That's where the start of the fair value gap is. The next candle after the candle we're analyzing opened right here. The fair value gap is in between those two candles. This is what's called the FVG. The FVG acts as a support or a resistance depending on which way the trend is going. So it can act as a support here, or it can act as a resistance here if it was a red one. So we have support and resistance zones based off of the fair value gap, which is indicated by the previous candle opens high, and the preceding candle opens low. Does that make sense? Also, this trade's flying. Again. If you re-entered where I told you guys to re-enter, you are now back in profit again. Another 11, 12 pips or so on the small account when I just said to buy again. That is now almost 1,500 in the small account, almost another 25 bucks in the 25 bucks in the small account, almost another 7,800 in the big account. Yes, it will be in the ebook. Alright, we got a 15-minute candle coming here soon in another 3 minutes. Another 3 minutes on this candle until we see something new. Alright, let's see here. We got another minute, guys. Another minute until we got a new 15-minute candle. And we'll see what happens there. Another minute. It's the first time we had a red close in almost quite some time. We haven't had a red close since let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 hours worth of green closes. First time we had a red close was the past 15 minutes. So we've had 5 hours straight of green closes. That's the first one that we've had that shows any sort of pullback whatsoever. And even then, The previous low, excuse me, the previous low of that candle still respected the previous low of the previous candle. So now it's a waiting game. Yeah, moving into this candle here, we're getting a little bit of downward pressure. Let's see if we've created any gaps at all. We have a small FVG right here and a small one here. It's probably going to stay in between these two if it does any movement. Yeah, and it just blew through that one, so it went away. See how the FVG indicator goes away if the high goes higher than the candle before is high. It'll go away. My taxes, you don't want to know. It's not good. It's not good. A lot. Because I'm also paying taxes overseas for my broker. My broker's overseas, so I got to pay taxes in the U.S. and I got to pay taxes there too. Not fun, let's put it that way. Not fun is the answer. But it's still worth it. Still very much worth it. That TP that we hit off that buy stop was perfect, guys. I mean, almost perfect. Couldn't have predicted that really any better. Yeah, 15%. Yeah, I think I pay a lot more than that. Well, actually with write-offs, maybe not. Because there's business taxes and personal taxes, so they're different. They're not the same thing. I have personal taxes, and I have business taxes for the business. Hampson Capital. Two different entities, so it's taxed differently. Different kind of write-offs. Personal and business. Yeah, break that FVG. It's respecting it for now. Did get that on that 5-minute gravestone doji, that previous red candle with the really small body. Almost a gravestone, more like a dragonfly, but I wouldn't worry about it, RDL. I think this is going up still. You should still be in profit right now anyway. I'm in profit on even the re-entries that we had. And still in profit on those. Let's see what that 15 minutes doing. Yeah, the 15 minute had a long wick. So we just had a little bit of consolidation here. Little consolidation in the past 45 minutes. But if we hop to the hour here, this hour is still bullish. Didn't quite break the past wick, but we could fill it on the next hour. Very similar to what happened down here. You had it fill, break, come down. Look at this, fill, break, come down, fill, break, come down. You know, that was over here. So if you look at that one, I mean, the start of this wick, 60 pips, ended up being at its high 103 pips with a ton of upward and downward movement here. So I would not be too worried if I were you guys. I don't know where that came from. Oh, sorry, going into this final couple minutes here. Yeah, we're still getting... Yep, there she goes. She's moving. Wow, look at that. And some pretty good profits here. If you wanted to take profits here again, you could. I'm going to take some profits on my big account as well. There's some more profits. I still got 3 runners in on the small account, and I got 2 runners in on the big account. So I still have runners in both accounts, but I have taken profit along the way this entire time, up and down this this trade. This 15-minute could engulf, and the hour is just looking great for us because, yeah, the hour is driving up too now. So you should have closed most of your scalping positions and have just a couple open right now. I've got 4 open in the small account, and I've got 2 open in the big account as this approaches our take profit again. And we bought down here twice, so we've scalped this up and down twice now. 2 times worth of scalping on this same candle, this same 1 hour candle, which is pretty cool that we're able to do that. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about how to scalp up and down off news, because that's a really good way to make some money. We got, what, 6.5 minutes? 6 minutes and 10 seconds until our next candle, guys. We'll wait until the 10 o'clock candle to see what happens. If we are going to adjust it all. But we'll wait till the 10 o'clock candle together. And then we'll call it. Pretty good day, guys, though. We had a live trade so far that went up to 23 pips on camera, on live stream. Not going to complain about that at all. Not going to complain about that at all. Alright, let's see here. Sorry, guys. I know my camera keeps doing crazy shit. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but... We got 5 minutes. Let's see, 5 minutes until this new candle. In profit on all trades right now. In profit on all of our positions. Yeah, 4 minutes. Who's still in this trade? We got everybody in this trade still? Hopefully everybody's still in this trade. There she goes. She is going to keep going. Look at her go. Breaking TP. She pushed that TP again. A lot of buying pressure coming into this new 10 o'clock hour. Wow, there she goes, guys. There she goes, creating new highs right before the new hour. Alright, I'm going to take some more profit here, guys. I'm going to take some more profit. I'm going to leave one runner in on the big account, and I'm going to take 2 positions of profit on... Actually, I'm just going to take one more position of profit on the small account, leaving 3 runners on the small account, 1 runner on the big account. If we get drawback to this area, right here, I would look to re-enter again. The 13400 area, or 134000 area. That's close I'm gonna get. But for now, that's an awesome trade. How many pips did we get on this? What did we get? 25 pips on live stream. Why that area? Because it's halfway down the candle. It's halfway down the candle where it would still have a wick. If it goes further than that, you're really FVG is where you could re-enter. For me personally, just with my trading experience, about halfway I'd re-enter again. Halfway retracement. Because typically when you have candles, like, see how this one's almost halfway, this wick's almost halfway. If you go down here, look at some other ones. This wick retraced to halfway. This wick retraced to almost a little less than halfway. This wick retraced to a little more than halfway. The wick retracements typically are halfway if it's going to stay on the same path of continuation, so that's why. Here's our new hour candle. We had a wick, which is a great sign. And let's see what happens here. Alright, let's see, guys. Let's see if we can break this previous high. That would be nice. Fibonacci? Yeah, we could talk about that. She's still running. Alright, guys, it's 10 o'clock. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I appreciate everybody coming on. As always, I love having you guys on here. I love doing this with you. I think in almost every stream we've been positive, if not close. So I really do appreciate you guys coming on here. As always, make sure you subscribe, like. We're in profit here, and I think this thing's going to fly to probably our next take profit. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here for you guys. If you haven't joined the VIP group, do so. You should be in that. That's how we're making way more money. VIP group's where it's at. Again, thanks, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like the channel, follow me on all social media, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. The free group already got its signal for the day, which was this signal, winner. VIP group, you'll get more today. Definitely going to trade some more today. Thanks again, guys, and really good to see you. Really good to see everybody again.